So, working as a therapist and working as a coach, quite often I get people call me and ask me questions, which I don't mind. Um, Say for this week, for this week, I've had someone call me and ask me um, about attachment theory. They wanted me to explain something about attachment theory for them, which I did. Then I had somebody else phone me and ask me about narcissism, what it meant. So I was explaining that to them. I've had people ask me before about different therapy styles. So if you go into the world of counselling, you've got the person-centered approach, CBT, transactional analysis, Gestalt. There's loads, and then if we add the coaching, NLP, solution-focused therapy, hypnotherapy, and I've studied probably pretty much all of them to some extent. But I get people asking me which one's the best, and which always reminds me of the martial arts world. Doing martial arts for years and years. One of the things that I loved about training with Jeff Thompson was that if any time, and I did this a few times, if I came in and said, oh, I want to have a go at Thai boxing, or I want to have a go at judo or something like that, Jeff was brilliant. He'd say, go and do it. Go and do it, try them all, then bring it back, and we'll pressure test it and see what works and what doesn't work. And my personal belief is that they've all got something to offer, all of the different styles. I don't know if one's better than any other ones. It's what works for you. But it's the same in the world of therapy as well. It's what approach works for you. And one of my favourites that I wanted to talk about a little bit here today was transactional analysis. And in transactional analysis, obviously it's a big approach. You can study it for years and years, do degrees in it. But one of the bits I like, which really helps me, and it's a bit I'm working on at the moment with people, I'm looking at putting some courses together around Warrior Warrior. But one of the bits that they talk about in transactional analysis, they talk about 4 positions in life. And the first one is, I'm okay and you're okay, which is probably the best position you can be in, because it means I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with who you are. We're both okay with who we are. The second position is, I'm not okay and you're not okay, which is a pretty bad position to be in, because it means we're pretty much in the shit basically, because nothing's okay. I'm not okay, you're not okay. I'm trying not to swear too much here, but I'm hoping you get the picture. The third position is, I'm okay but you're not. Okay, so that means I'm okay, but there's something wrong with you. It's all your fault, which is not good. And the fourth position is, I'm not okay, but you are. Okay, so I'm hoping this is making sense to people. There's a lot of okays here. So it's, I'm okay, you're okay, position 1. Position 2 is, I'm not okay and you're not okay. Position 3 is, you're okay, I'm okay, but you're not. And the last position is, which I think 99.9% of the population have got or start out with, is that I'm not okay, but you are. If you think about this, this goes back to childhood. So the first position we will have learnt as a child is that I'm not okay. And the reason that we say this is because if you think about as a child, we look up to these people who are bringing us up, whether it's one parent, 2 parents, a carer. As a small child, you look up to these people, and they're giants. They're the experts. They're almost like gods to us. Parents are like gods to a small child. So, if anything happens, if that child gets told off or something goes wrong, the child automatically will blame itself. At some level, it will think, I'm not okay, but you are. It's got to be that way if you think about it from a child's perspective. It's got to be that way. But then if we carry that forward into life, which I believe most of us do, deep down, we've all got this sense of that I'm not okay, but other people are. And that I'm convinced this leads to a lot of cases of anxiety, depression, low self-worth. We've talked about this on here before, people putting masks on to try and, give a different image to the world, because deep down they don't really like who they are because of that first position that we learn in life, which is I'm not okay. And that's one of the areas, I want to cut to the crux with people and start getting, if we can turn that I'm not okay around, then I believe that most of our other problems will crumble. Anxiety, stress, depression, self-worth, self-esteem. So there, you know, if you think about it, that's really the area to work on and get to a position of that I'm okay and so are you, because we are. I know that I'm okay, and I know that 99% of the people watching this or listening to this will be okay as well. So, you know, that's the area to work on, and that's the thing that I wanted to share today. It's quite a deep one. It sounds simple, but it's quite a deep one. But if we can actually realise deep down that we're all okay as we are, it doesn't mean that we haven't got things to work on, but it's that feeling of being okay. And I hope that makes sense. There's quite a lot of okays in this little message, but I hope that makes sense. And hopefully speak to you soon. Again, thanks for the feedback on here, guys. If anybody's got anything they want to look at, just ask me and I'll do a little video on it. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.